Question number 5, Kenneth Gibson.
To ask the Scottish Government what its position is on the statement in the Electoral Commission advice on spending limits for the referendum on independence for Scotland, that it is clearly important that the campaign rules should not encourage perceptions of unfairness that could damage voters' trust in the referendum process or result.
Cabinet Secretary Nicola Sturgeon.
The Scottish Government is determined that the referendum should be, and indeed be seen to be, a fair, open and democratic process which is conducted and regulated to the highest international standards and which commands the confidence of the public and of both sides of the debate. Paragraph 24 of the Edinburgh Agreement confirms that both the Scottish and the UK governments recognise that campaign finance will be an important issue for those campaigning in the referendum, for the Electoral Commission in regulating the referendum and indeed for the people of Scotland. The Scottish Government has accepted the Electoral Commission's modified recommendations on spending limits as set out in its report in January. These limits will help to ensure a level playing field between campaigners on each side of the debate.
Kenneth Gibson.
I thank the Cabinet Secretary for her response. Lord Ashdown, former UN High Representative for Bosnia and Herzegovina, is the latest figure to condemn the No campaign for accepting money from Tory donor Ian Taylor, given his allegedly close ties to Balkan war criminals. Does she share my concern that No campaign leader Alistair Darling's active defence of questionable donations is failing the high standards people rightly expect of the referendum process?
Cabinet Secretary.
I believe, and I said this in the Chamber last week, that public confidence in the referendum process, including in how campaigns are financed, will be absolutely vital. The process proposed in the bill that Parliament will shortly consider will ensure that the referendum will be run to the highest standards of probity. The campaigns themselves have a responsibility to conduct themselves to a similarly high standard. It is, of course, for campaigns to determine whether to accept particular donations and, of course, to justify any decisions that they take. I pointed last week to what I consider and observe to be an inconsistency in the Labour Party's position, and I also commented that I thought it may be a wise course of action for the No campaign to return a donation pending an investigation, and that remains my view.